Hey, what's up? It's Comic95, the Savior, and for this video, I will be giving you 10 easy tips to tell if your relationship is legitimate. I've kind of already made videos like this in the past, but I'm hoping to make this one more simple, direct, and short. So again, this is generally speaking. Every relationship is different, but do keep in mind that if you're having to make up excuses for why your boyfriend is the exception to every rule, there's probably a high chance that your relationship is indeed not going so well or isn't even real in the first place. I'm speaking from personal experience. My life is not perfect. I've dated a ton of, crappy guys. I've been played. I've been used. I've done it all. So I'm speaking from personal experience. This is not me telling you, oh, look at how perfect my relationship, how perfect my life is, but rather to kind of give you a warning on how to avoid going through the heartache that I have chasing after a guy. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Number one, actually before I get started with numbering them, it's kind of going to be like a what, who, when, where type thing, like who, what, when, where, and everything but why for these. So this should also make it kind of easier. There will be multiples of each. So yeah. Let's get back to it. Number one, consider how often he contacts you. If this guy is only contacting you shortly before you're supposed to meet, he seems to be super busy, he's probably not interested. He's probably talking to other people. This is not a boyfriend. This is not someone that's serious about you. You can make up all the excuses under the rainbow. Oh, his job, oh, his whatever. Sweetheart, I promise you, if a guy really loves you, is really interested in you, he will simp for you. He will make time for you. You will be on his mind all day, and he will want to contact you. If he's barely making an effort to be there for you, especially if you've expressed that that's something that you need, he's not serious about you. Move on. Number two, how he replies to you. If the guy you're talking to is making zero effort to carry on the conversation, doesn't really, ask anything that's worthy of, talking about, it's very likely that he doesn't really care about this conversation. He's just looking for one thing, probably sex. He's not serious about you. You also want to factor in how quickly he replies. A guy that, maybe he messages you on a daily basis, but he takes 3 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, whether it's a work day or not. And keep in mind that even if he's working, there's no excuse for him to not be able to message you during his lunch break. In those odd times when, you have your phone and you have downtime at work, even salary men get this luxury. There's no excuse for him not to do that. I've dated a doctor, I've dated a lawyer, I've dated an engineer. Trust me, they all have time when they want to. If he's not doing that for you, it's because he doesn't authentically like you. You're not worth it. If he knew that this was going to cost him the relationship, he would do whatever it took to keep you if he cared about you. If he's not doing it, it's because he doesn't care about you. Simple. Number three, how much money he spends on you. Likewise, to his time, his money. If he's not willing to invest money in you, it's because he doesn't see you as someone that he wants to be serious with. If a guy likes you, he wants to impress you. If all he's doing is taking you to izakayas or that cheap family restaurant and he's splitting bills with you and penny pinching and asking for the change, he don't want you. Move on. He's not going to ask that of the cute girl that he actually plans to marry and, the girl he's trying to impress. Even if he's working, a cashier job at Eon or something, he's going to try to impress this girl and pretend like he has it together, even although he does not. If he's not doing it for you, he's showing you that he ain't trying to spend no money on you. He's being cheap, trying to split things and get you to pay for stuff, etc. He's not for real about you. He would never ask that of a girl that he is serious with. If he's not willing to invest money on you, he can't even spare $20, $40 in his own country. You're the tourist, you're the guest, you're, the resident that's living here temporarily. He can't even try to impress you with a $40 date. Like, absolutely not. He's not serious about you. Number four, what he wants to do when he meets you. If his plans when meeting you is to go to a bar, go to a hotel, anything stupid like that, you've already answered your own question. He's not serious about you. A guy that's really trying to impress you, really wants to leave a good impression, he's going to ask you what you want to eat, what you want to do, and he's not going to care if it's near a love hotel or near some cheap izakaya, because his job is not to do anything inappropriate with you that you may not feel comfortable or may not want to do. He wants to impress you and leave a good impression. He's afraid of trying to make moves too fast, trying to ask for things too quickly. And if he's not showing those same fears and signs with you, more than likely he has you stereotyped, generalized in a box, and he thinks it's okay to basically use you because you are a foreign woman and you're easy. If you're okay with being used and you're desperate, go ahead. You go ahead and do that. But Realistically, you can tell whether he's serious or not based off of what he wants to do with you. If he has laid out plans where he wants to go to this place and maybe he wants to go to a restaurant and then, maybe go shopping or do whatever afterwards, that is a legitimate date. If he has no solid plans, just wants to desperately meet you, wants to do something really cheap, like have coffee at some knockoff restaurant, whatever, again, kind of goes back into the previous point. He's not willing to invest money in you. He's not willing to invest time in you. He's not trying to impress you. He's basically just trying to score with you. He's telling you what he wants to do by telling you, oh, I want to go to a bar. He's trying to get you wasted so that you will lower, your standards or whatever and not be in your right mind and hopefully do things that you probably wouldn't and shouldn't do with this guy. Number 5, this one's a little bit tricky and depends on how long you've been dating, but who he tells about you. If you guys have been together for a while and his friends don't know he has a girlfriend, he doesn't share anything about you on his Line account, he doesn't share you, on his Instagram, nothing, nowhere, like there's no trace of you, none of his friends know about you, he's not asking for a picture of you to send to them, not an inappropriate picture, but something that's normal, that's not a good sign. More than likely, he's keeping you a secret because either he's married, he has another serious girlfriend, or you're just a fling. Unless he's an immature, nasty, young 20-something guy, he's not going to tell his friends about a girl that he's just messing around with. He's going to tell them about the girl that he really likes. You're dating somebody that's, under 25, immature, etc. Maybe he will go and brag, how he scored, a black chick or how he got a blonde or whatever. But realistically, it's not a good sign if he doesn't tell his friends about you. He doesn't tell his family about you. You're basically just this big kept secret. You have nothing to do with his other life. Like, he lives in 2 separate worlds. His friends are completely separate from you. That's not a good sign if he's not telling anyone about your relationship. Number 6, when he wants to meet you, if he only wants to see you late at night, only wants to see you, only on the weekend, only when he has time, not a good sign. Once again, he's basically saying everything else is more important than you. He only wants to see you when it's convenient for him. Not a good sign, sounds selfish, and again, if he's serious about you, he doesn't mind meeting you for 30 minutes or 1 hour after work just for dinner, just for a cup of coffee, just for some dessert, because he just wants to see your beautiful face. He's not worried about whether you're willing to go back to his place for sex or not, because that's not his intention. Number 7, where he wants to meet you. If he's only willing to meet you in, basically red light districts like Namba, Umeda, etc., places where they have things like love hotels and cheap izakayas, that's normally a red flag. Now, you have to be really careful with this because it can come off as innocent, since obviously these are the most popular meeting hubs, and if you're in Tokyo, places like, Shibuya or even Shinjuku, etc., it might seem normal to meet these places, which is fine. Don't cancel off the whole city, but consider what's the reason of meeting there. Consider, why are you walking in the direction where, the love hotels are? Why are you going to the area where all of the bars are? Like, didn't you say you wanted okonomiyaki? You're not going to find that next to a love hotel. There probably is one, but you get my point. You're not going to find the nicer places there. It's normally cheap, low-end places that surround these areas. And with that said, if that's where you're going, that's where he wants to meet, that's where he gets drifted off to, even if you go to a nice date and then he's suddenly walking in that direction and slowly weaseling his way closer there to throw up the idea, hey, let's go here. Not a good sign. He's telling you what he wants and that he's not serious about you. Number 8, what he says about you. Now again, compliments are okay, but if his whole conversation with you is always, oh my god, oh pie, oh my god, boobs, titties, ass, like that's his whole conversation with you, is just sexualizing you and talking about your body and talking about your appearance and talking about your eyes, oh my god, you have the most big and beautiful eyes, and just things like that, just super objectifying compliments, so to speak. It might come off as nice, sweet, sincere, and innocent, but this is normally problematic and an indicator that he just sees you as someone to sleep around with. He's just having fun learning English or being able to speak Japanese with a foreign girl. He's not really all that serious about you. You're probably not really his girlfriend in his eyes. He probably just likes the fact that you have big boobs. So yeah. Think about that, how he talks to you. It's not normal for guys to compliment your body or to compliment your bust, etc. Those are inappropriate comments to make, even if you're in a relationship. It's not something that he should casually say, and definitely not in public spaces. Number 9, how much he shares about himself with you. If he's super conservative and reserved with the information that he tells you, he seems really secretive. He doesn't want you to know where he works at. He doesn't want to tell you, his hometown, where his family lives, about his, personal life, his exes, his past, his, previous job, where he went to school. If everything's just a lie or a runaround and vague information, what's your job? I'm a salaryman. Okay, what kind of salaryman? I do sales. What kind of sales? Like, everything is you're having a dig for information. He's probably not serious about you. He's probably lying to you and hiding something. And last but not least, number 10. What he wants to know about you. If he doesn't have a lot of questions for you, doesn't care about your favorite color, doesn't ask you what your favorite food is, doesn't care about where you're from, it's just quickly, oh my god, your body's so perfect, oh my god, I love foreign girls, oh my god, I want to learn English, oh my god, you're so cute. Like, everything is just about what he wants to do and nothing about him wanting to get to know you. He's making no effort to get to know you as an individual. He's not concerned about you on a personal level. That is a huge red flag right there, that your relationship is not legitimate. So again, these are my quick 10 little tips. There's exceptions to every rule. Every relationship is different. I am not God. Your relationship can indeed definitely be genuine. Sometimes guys authentically forget to tell you stuff or say things that are inappropriate, out of line, without knowing it. It happens. But more than likely, if you fit most of these things or all of them, your relationship is not legitimate, and you should definitely reconsider this guy that you're so in love with and or dating. The easy takeaway from this is, if the guy you're talking to doesn't have time to meet you, he doesn't have time to text and or call you, he's always too busy, and if he is not willing to spend money on you, and when you do meet, it's always revolved around doing something cheap that's going to lead to sex, I can guarantee you your relationship is fake. I don't care if he puts a ring on your finger. He is not really in love with you, and I promise you he's talking to and possibly doing the same thing with other girls. No real man that really likes a woman would ever dare to say or do these things if he really did like you. He's not going to make you feel unwanted. If you're having to question if your relationship is genuine or real, you're wondering, does he really like me? Does he not? Does he think I'm too fat? Am I too tall? Am I, not this? Am I not cute? Am I whatever? Like, if you're having to think those things, that means he's not doing his job as your boyfriend, your husband, your fiance, to make you secure and comfortable and make you feel wanted and loved. You know your relationship is legitimate and real when the guy honestly kind of likes you more than maybe you like him, and when he reassures you that he's there for you and that he really does love and or care and think about you. If you're not getting that from your guy, that's your sign right there. He doesn't like you. You can force it and try to make up excuses. Oh, well, technically he does this, or this is my relationship, it's whatever. Okay, go ahead. If you're fine being with a cheater, a liar, a guy that's using you, you just want your green card, your, visa, your spouse visa, I'm not going to judge you. You're not alone. But I'm just telling you that your relationship is not legitimate. Keep in mind there are tons of married foreign women here who got married young, before the age of 25, and they are being cheated on and used. There are people that are engaged to Japanese guys and they're living overseas because of the current pandemic going on as of the making of this video, and their man is here cheating on them and living life like normal. Back, to dating, using Tinder, using OkCupid, just doing their own thing, and not for making friends, because I'm guilty of that too, but authentically going on dates and doing their thing. So while you might think, oh, he proposed to me, he did whatever, his actions say otherwise. Again, if a guy loves you, he will invest in you, time-wise, financially, and in his thoughts with you. If he's not thinking of what does she like, what does she not like, where does she want to go, what's fun to her, he's not serious about you. So that's that. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please leave me a like and a comment down below. If you have anything else you'd like to add to it, please feel free to leave a comment too. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're not already following me, please follow me. I have an Instagram and Twitter account. You can also add me on Snapchat and like my Facebook page as well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.